What's up, YouTube? It's Bruce Blitz with Lil J, a.k.a. Dread. What's up, Dread?
What's going on, Bruce? Yo, that was an action-packed fight that we just watched with Andre Berto versus Victor Ortiz. Pretty good fight.
Yes, sir. It was an action-packed fight. It exceeded the billing. I would have to say that Andre Berto not sticking to his usual game plan, boxing, he kind of got baited into the war. What are your thoughts on that, Dread?
Well, I try, when predicting boxing, I try as hard as I can not to be biased, but I'll be honest, I'm an Andre Berto fan, so it's tough to see him take a loss. But the reason why that he's not a complete boxer is because for all this long, if you look at all his past opponents, he never really needed to be because he just gets by on his speed, athleticism, and power alone. He never really needed to box because that was his biggest problem. Because you notice he's lacking in the defense department, and for all that long, he never really needed to be defensive until tonight because he got his chin tested.
Oh yeah, he did. And would you agree that he kind of went into Joshua Clottey mode in the certain sense that he just kind of laid on the ropes and stopped attacking?
Oh yeah, because Berto, he's used to applying the pressure, but when he's in the situation, when he's in the pressure cooker, he doesn't know what to do, so he just shelled up in defense mode. And when you're new to that and you don't know how to respond to a new situation like Berto did, because 50% of the boxing game is adaptability, knowing how to, break down your opponent and knowing what to expect from your opponent. And Berto, he found himself in a new situation. He didn't know how to do that, so he just shelled up the whole time and let Victor Ortiz bank points.
Do you think Victor Ortiz answered the questions about his determination and his heart tonight?
Yeah, I say he did for the most part because I'd always said that Victor Ortiz, he's a lot of things. I had said he's made out of 3 different materials. He got a heart of gold, hands of steel, and a glass jaw. He silenced a lot of critics tonight. He showed he does got heart along with his skill and talent in the ring. Big ups to him.
Where do you see Berto going from here? Do you think it's time for him to take a step back and rebuild the confidence? Because getting that first loss can be devastating.
Yeah, but Berto, he seems like the kind of guy who would bounce back quick. Look at what happened with Paul Williams. After Paul Williams lost Quintana first, who Berto knocked out, He bounced back pretty quick from that. Even though a few fights later he was knocked out by Sergio Martinez. And, hopefully he'll be on the comeback trail too. But I see Berto coming back. It depends on who the promoters put him against.
Well, I don't know about you, but I thought that Victor Ortiz could actually get him out of the ring. I'd say around rounds 4 or 5, Berto looked ready to go. But Victor Ortiz started headhunting, started loading up for that one big shot. And I think, Berto did show his heart. He took a lot of Victor Ortiz's best shots. But do you feel that maybe Berto just got through this fight on his heart alone and had a brain freeze? He never changed up the game plan.
Yeah, I think that pretty much summed it up. He did get by on his heart alone because, as mentioned before, he's not really a defensive fighter and he doesn't really know how to respond to different situations. And maybe this is an eye opener for him. Maybe he needs a new defensive coach, or maybe he needs some more additives to his game plan. Because hell, no boxing strategy is 100% perfect. Even Floyd showed us that because Shane rocked him in the fight with in the Mayweather-Mosley fight. So even though he's got a couple of chinks in his armor, they can't be worked out because Berto's still a young fighter.
And you brought him up. He was ringside, Floyd Mayweather, with 50 Cent. The man knows how to make his presence felt. Would you like to see Floyd Mayweather fight Victor Ortiz, or do you think that's too much of a step up for Ortiz?
Yeah, it kind of is because, look at all the other guys who are in the 140 to 147 division. Come on, you still got Khan. And even you got even Timothy Bradley. And even the ghost of Marcos Maidana is still kind of looming over him. Even he said in the post-fight interview he needs to get rid of that Maidana ghost before he can go any further with his career.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Mayweather there at ringside. It makes you wonder what his motives were. What are your motives for being there? Maybe he's looking at these guys and saying, okay, for my comeback fight, I'll take a tune-up fight in his world. But I don't know, man. Victor Ortiz showed a lot tonight. He's always had a lot of pop. I think it's disappointing, though, because Berto has the power, he has the pop to be a superstar, and that's what promoters look for. They look for that guy with the pop. That's why they feel that maybe Bradley isn't marketable enough to put him in the ring with the Manny Pacquiao right away. And speaking of that, obviously Bradley and Khan it looks like they're going to be getting it on here, whenever they can get the contract signed or whatever. What's your take on that debacle of a fight today with Amir Khan?
Yeah, that was kind of a disappointing fight to watch. And you even talked to me about this, about Khan being kind of overrated. And
yes.
I agree. I mean, just because somebody's overrated doesn't mean that they're not talented. And the dude's got talent. And, we'll see him put on the show against Tim Bradley in July or whenever they get the contract signed. And Bradley, he will test you, and they need to watch out for those accidental headbutts.
Yeah, and that was the storyline today, was the headbutts. So you can kind of see what's going to happen in that fight. It's probably not going to end cleanly or anything like that. But, let's just give our message to the people out there. There's a lot of people who think boxing's dead. You got guys on ESPN who sit there and bash it. This was a great fight, man, especially round 6 where Berto caught him with that clean right hand. It was bam. And then Ortiz gets up, catches him with the left hook. It was a fantastic fight. So what do you say to people who maybe we can talk these people into going back and watching this fight on replay?
Yeah. Boxing dead? Watch round 6 of Berto Ortiz.
Yes.
Boxing's dead? Look at Maidana and Eric Morales. Watch those fights, and you tell me if you think boxing is still dead. Boxing is, for the past couple of years, boxing's been on life support, but now boxing is like a newborn child.
Yeah.
Because you got all these new prospects and new talent coming up. So boxing was never really dead. It was just on life support, or kind of in a coma, if you would. But boxing's definitely still alive and well, and as long as fans like me and you watch, boxing will never die.
No, and it's just in America. Because you and I both know, man, that worldwide boxing couldn't be more popular, especially in places like the Philippines, Germany. Boxing's alive and well on a worldwide scale, but as far as America, I feel that there's so much to watch here. We've had some great knockouts on Friday night fights this year, let alone these pay-per-views, come on.
Look at Zab Judah, and isn't Zab Judah supposed to be fighting against Manuel Marquez? At least that's what I heard, but that's no fight. Yeah.
What do you feel about the outcome of the Morales fight, the decision?
I personally think that Morales got screwed. I personally think that he did a good job outboxing Maidana. Because Maidana, he's one-dimensional. Even though that's true, he's damn good at that one dimension. He's just in-your-face, brawler, tough guy, power shots. It's not like that Eric Morales hasn't seen that before. Come on, look at the guys he's fought. Marco Antonio Barrera, Manny Pacquiao. The list goes on. So he's used to seeing that. So the fact that, it's not like he's never seen anybody like that before, because he's beaten fighters like that before, because that's how Eric Morales got his name.
That's right. He's a warrior. He came back and proved everybody wrong who said he had no chance. He had no business being in the ring. But, man, that was a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
For a future Hall of Famer. So I guess, you got anything else you want to tell people about what we saw tonight?
Yeah, like I said, just a quick overview of the fight. Basically, it's just a shootout, if you would, fast-paced, in-your-face, brawling. They got a little bit sluggish at the end, but, they finished strong, and they gave, they pretty much made boxing look good again.
Yes, they did. I was entertained. As long as I guess one more question. As long as Lopez pulls his fight out tonight, which he should, do you think it's time for Gamboa against Lopez?
Oh, yes. Everybody's been waiting for that fight for at least the past 2 years, because we're sick of seeing cream puff thrown in the ring. We're sick of seeing, second, third. How long does the average fight last with Gamboa? 4 rounds?
Yeah,
how long does the average fight last with Juanma? 4 or 5 rounds, 6 rounds tops?
Well, Gamboa was tested last year. He had the 12-round war where he got knocked down. He showed his heart and everything, but these guys have to get in there and fight each other. Gamboa has broken the mold of the Cuban fighter. I love that guy. Isn't that a guy that we could sell to American fans as, hey, this guy is an exciting athlete and you should check him out?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that he's got the it factor, especially in his division, because you notice how in American Fighter we put the heavyweight fighters on the pedestal. People in America, they aren't really looking at the lighter weight divisions. I think that both of them got enough star power to attract that, They say, you know what, we need to stop looking at all these heavier weight divisions and all the big money draws. We need to start looking at the talent in the lower divisions or the lower weight classes.
Absolutely. So I guess that's it, boxing fans and sports fans. I'm Bruce Blitz, and that's Dread. Dread, give them your YouTube channel so they can come subscribe to you.
YouTube.com/TheDreadMan. Thanks for having me, Bruce.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll have to do it again, man. Keep in touch.
All right, do that. Peace.
Peace.